iShook Daily. As usual, our good friend Burgos is going to be here for a while. Then he's going to be doing a huge movie, a blockbuster. Tell us about your movie,
Oh,
Burgos.
my man. Well, number one thing I can say is we're doing a documentary biopic about this man. He used to be one of the number one drug lords in New York City. And then he turned to a preacher in prison. And I will be playing this man. His name is Herman Mendoza.
Herman Mendoza.
Yeah. The
Damn,
moment
you
you type it
gangster.
in, you can see all the stuff that pops up. It's a crazy story.
That is crazy stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy stuff. That is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Very
fun.
interesting. Very interesting. I'm proud of it. It's
Thank you.
good that you're doing it. We're you'll tell us when the release is, of course.
Oh yeah. We're actually hush hush, right? This is only Rabbi Benny exclusive. We're gonna have
Yeah.
a screening
Nice.
in Manhattan in December.
Oh, I'll be there.
Yeah, once
I'll
I
be
get
there
there.
if I'm invited. If I'm invited, I'll come by.
Well,
I
of
mean,
course, I'll have you front row, front and center.
all right, interesting, guys. Interesting.
There we go.
Alexander, Alex, baby, Alex.
Here we go.
Very good, very good, guys. So now we're here with iShook Daily. We also have a brand in our company called iShook Productions, led by Daniel Baldwin. Maybe we'll have also a podcast about your movie and get it promoted once it's ready and to go, ready to shoot, ready to film.
Hey, let's get it ready to roll.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So, guys, movie coming soon, starring Alexander Burgos.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, guys, so you're here today at iShook Daily, and we have a lot of news to cover, from Diddy being the Epstein, the living Epstein Diddy. All right. I think now the name Diddy, did he I don't know, did he do it?
Right,
Did
exactly.
he? I think he did it. Honestly, I think this guy, without you don't need to go to trial to know he did it. I mean,
man, the evidence is there.
It's like all there. It's scattered all over. I mean, it's like he's soiled himself all over.
All over the place.
This guy crazy. Did you see what they said in the? Maybe you pop this up before we get to our stuff. Pop this up. What they said. You're gonna love this. 1,000 lubricants and baby oil was found in his home. 1,000 bottles. What the heck, baby? What is going on here? Like, man, I think people in like P. Diddy, they're lost. Their brains are lost, bro. They're losing it, man.
Gosh.
They're losing it.
They're really losing
it.
Here it is.
I mean, you found it. Look what it say over there.
This is what they're saying. Diddy's alleged 1,000 bottles of baby oil freak off parties. Explain.
Explain. It needs to be explained.
Released yesterday.
We need to explain it. We already know what it's all about. I mean,
right. Look at that.
You don't gotta be a rocket scientist. He's pleaded not guilty. So then why do you need 1,000 baby oils and lubricants? Oh my goodness.
It's too much. I don't even know if we can read all this, but that's too much.
No. We're not reading it. I already read it. We already get what it is. P. Diddy. So let me ask you something. We have a black Epstein. We have a Jewish Epstein. Oh, when is the Latino Epstein coming out?
I hope never.
I hope never too. But when is the white Epstein? Unless you consider the Epstein white Jewish Epstein, white Epstein. But when is the white Epstein coming out? What the heck is going on? I'm pretty sure the FBI knew about this, whether it was Epstein or Diddy, and they kept it quiet. They kept it quiet, man. Honestly. All right, so now the next news is we were going to do a little commentary on Piers Morgan's show with Cenk, Uygur. And who else is the other guy? Candace Owens. By the way, I think Candace was very professional in this show. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I like this girl. She is so professional. I don't care what you say. And she, very good in what she does, by the way.
And also Eric Prince is in there.
Yes, Eric Prince, the snipe shooter. He's a SEAL, Navy SEAL or something. You know.
I believe so.
All right, so let's play. Let's see. Let's get a few things, and we're gonna go back and forth and commenting. First, I want to show you how Cenk Uygur has lost his mind. He has lost his mind. Cuckoo. Anyway, by the way, I can't stand when he talks. I get nervous. I feel like punching him.
You feel?
I feel like punching him. A rabbi's not supposed to feel like punching someone. He's supposed to love and care, but you can't. Let's see the opening. Let's see the opening.
Here we go. Oh boy.
Bottom line is Israel is starting a much larger regional war, and
Israel is starting on the 7th of October.
I guarantee you that Jonathan is going to come out here. You're not going to talk over me. I guarantee you Jonathan comes out here and says America must pay for it. America must die for Israel. That's what he's going to say.
Okay, you're going to have to learn how to control yourself. I know it's very difficult for you. We just had a very long time to speak, and we were quiet. I promise you can do that. As I was saying,
the outcome.
Unbelievable. You see that ruckus? Look, I want to let's go to let's see where we can get. I'm gonna go on my computer, see where I can find where he goes crazy. He goes crazy. Go over there where he says the right wing lunatics. He says over here the right wing lunatics. Right wing. Oh, go to you're super guilty, Pierce.
Here we go. Okay.
Yeah, super guilty, Pierce. You're super guilty. I don't know how can anyone logically present information yelling like that. I can understand if it's passionate, but he always yells. Once in a while, if you're passionate, I get it. But to always yell in every show, it's so annoying.
It's too much.
It is smart. Play this with this guy.
See, in America,
Piers, you're totally guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty. Because you support Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has done 2,000 times worse, and you know it. You won't even run it on this show.
Okay.
You won't even run it on this show because Donald Trump, what he says is so much worse than anything a Democrat has ever said about him. So you won't even run it on this show. So that's it. Are you telling Donald Trump, you better shut up? You better not say any of those gross things that you always say. You know that he joked about smashing Nancy Pelosi's husband's head in with a hammer.
Yeah, and the truth
One
is,
of his lunatic fans tried to murder Nancy Pelosi's husband. And he's like, it's so funny.
Here's the
problem.
problem.
Know that when they tried to murder his vice president,
he then
turned around and said he deserved it. He's a psycho. And you defend him every day, Piers.
Here's the problem. You have no idea what I've said about Trump when he's done these things. If you had, you wouldn't accuse me of not talking about them because I always do.
Shut up?
Because I always do.
Are you telling me to shut up?
I want to bring in Candace Owens here. Candace, look, we're 48 hours after the latest assassination attempt, and I'm listening to another liberal who I respect. I've had Cenk on a lot on this show, absolutely losing his mind about how despicable Donald Trump is and what a threat he is and a danger and so on and so on. Exactly the kind of rhetoric that Trump has said he believes is fueling these people to try and kill him. What do you make of where we are with this?
What I make of all of this is that if you are going to legitimately tell people that someone is a monster, that somebody is a dictator, that somebody is literally Adolf Hitler, if you're going to tell people that this person is a constant threat, why wouldn't somebody try to eliminate that threat? That would actually be a sensible thing for somebody to do if they believe the rhetoric that is coming out of people's mouths. Now,
then
if this had happened and it was flipped,
including you, Candace.
Cenk, you just spoke for a very long time.
You've done 10,000 times worse than you know.
Control yourself. Cenk, you're going to have to learn how to control yourself. I know it's very difficult for you. We just had a very long time to speak, and we were quiet. I promise you can do that. You need to sit on your hands, then you should do that.
Boom, stop that. What a burn. What a burn. Let's get this out. Let's discuss this issue. So Cenk Uygur has been on Piers Morgan multiple times, right? Let me get this out.
Yeah.
So he's been many times in Piers Morgan. Every single time I've seen on Piers Morgan, and even in his own show, he is crazy. He is meshugana. And Meshuggah means crazy in Yiddish. I'm not Ashkenazic Jew. I'm Sephardic Jew, but he is crazy. He has lost his mind in so many ways. I just don't get where is he coming from. Why do you need to yell? Why you need to insult? You are guilty. You are guilty. You are guilty. What are you guilty for? You crazy, bro. You crazy. They just try to assassinate a former U.S. president, a candidate for the U.S. president, and you continue with this rhetoric to, inflame who he is. Mm-hmm. They're inflaming. They're like this like the fact that he's right, by the way, Piers Morgan. The fact that in the debate, Kamala Harris said that it was a bloodbath. She's going to bring a bloodbath, like as if there's going to be like spilling of blood in the streets of murder of people, was a problem and is a problem. You understand? I don't think that was in any way appropriate at all. It was not appropriate at all. And I think what's happening is people are in general are losing their mind. If you're going to say that Trump is Hitler, right, then of course people are going to think they have to take matters with their own hands, because if this Hitler is going to come, who doesn't want to save millions of people because you're thinking another Hitler is coming? Trump is not Hitler. Kamala is not Hitler, right? And Biden is not Hitler. None of our politicians are in any way Hitler or any way close to Hitler. We have a republic. We have rules and regulations. We have, I think the U.S. is probably the only country that has that is fully, every citizen is fully firearmed except for New Yorkers. I think New Yorkers I think we're going to be slaughtered first if there's any invasion.
You think in New York, really?
Yeah, because you know how hard it is to get a gun in New York. It's like we're gonna be the first. If there is ever, how you had a Call of Duty, I think it was 3 or 4 or no, 2 or 3, where Russia invades America and they have these Russian paratroopers coming in. You're fighting, right? Because can you imagine? Can you imagine if that is real?
That's like Red Dawn, the original Red Dawn.
Can you imagine if that will really happen? Like if you have people parachuting in New York City, what are we like?
Well,
who's
if they land in New York, that would be a problem. But I'll tell you what, if they land in Florida or Texas, they're dead.
Oh yeah, they're out. Everybody's gonna come with my. They're gonna shotgun. Like they're gonna have to deal with tens, like hundreds, millions of of people at one time. Right. That will be definitely crazy. I mean that in itself is crazy. Now let's go to poor Eric Prince. He didn't even get a chance to snipe the Navy SEAL.
He just sitting there watching.
Yeah. That's crazy. Let's see where he says the right wings are all these right wingers are all nuts. Go to 1607 on the. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, like, what are people thinking? Honestly, like between you and me, what in the world are they thinking, bro?
Who knows? Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Bang.
All right, let's hear it. You're on mute.
So these right-wingers are all nuts. In the process.
When you say, Cenk, when you say these right-wingers are all nuts, do you understand the irony, given you just spent the last 10 minutes literally ranting?
Yeah, I do, Piers. So I am loud and aggressive because that's what the Democrats and the left wing need to stand up to lunatic bullies like this. Candace Owens just said that the attacker of Paul Pelosi was not a right-winger when he is a Donald Trump fan and a deep right-winger. And Eric Prince, the lunatic, said that he was a gay lover of Paul Pelosi. A conspiracy theory so unhinged that how am I supposed to respond to it? You can't have a rational discussion with people who don't believe in facts and logic. Piers, are you agreeing with these two lunatics that he was not a right-winger and that he was some sort of gay lover of Paul Pelosi?
Eric Prince as a lunatic. He served our country. You should have a little more respect and decency.
Yeah, no, he's a mercenary and a disgusting guy, by the way. How many people did you get killed? Innocent people in Iraq, Eric. How many people did you have mowed down in Iraq, Eric?
Going back to your topic, Piers, perhaps it's time to bring back 19th century behavior, which maybe we had more civil society then. If people are going to throw all kinds of bombastic language, they do so because they do it without consequence. In the 19th century in the UK, people would call them out for a duel. It doesn't have to be to the death. Could be swords. It could be pugil sticks. Maybe that would make for a more polite society. I don't know. I'm ready to go there.
You see that, Piers? You see that? Who's the first to threaten violence? Of course, Eric from the right wing.
Yeah,
Whereas I denounce violence. I denounce it strongly and loudly, and you heard it with your own ears.
But Cenk, what I don't think you appreciate is how ranting, incendiary rhetoric of the kind you've unleashed so far in this debate yourself can, with an impressionable, unhinged person who believes everything you're saying about Trump, as Candace said, why wouldn't that person think to themselves, yeah, we've got to get rid of him, we've got to stop him?
Okay.
So my question for you is, if you can't even dial it down within 48 hours of a second assassination attempt on Trump's life, when can you?
So, Piers, now let's have an intelligent conversation. Hold on. About where are the lines? Where are the lines? So, he asked me a question. Where are the lines? So, when you say, when Trump says
this is ridiculous. If you notice, this is ridiculous. First of all, so honestly, let's backtrack. He calls people who are his panelists over there crazy lunatics. At what standing point do you have a right? Like, there's no respect. This individual has no respect to his fellow panelists. Like, to call Candace Owens and Eric a mercenary, he fought as a soldier. How is it his responsibility? He was there, sent on a mission to do something by the U.S. government, by 3 presidents, right? We're talking about Bush. We're talking about Obama. What, Obama no good? He ain't good. Like the problem with Cenk is nobody's good. He's the only one normal. In his mind, he's the only one normal. The world has to go in his way. I think he's a big narcissistic individual. Honestly, I don't think he ever says anything logically sound. Nothing does he ever say is logically sound. Nothing. I mean, I've seen him one time in a debate with the son of Hamas, and he messed up completely. He was insulting him. The guy said straight up to him, "Did you ever live in Gaza? Did you ever live in Palestine? Did you ever go to Israel? Did you go to any of these places? How can you comment on something that you've never been to? You can maybe say an opinion of something, but to comment with such certainty, such, standing position as if you know what you're talking about. Like, you don't know nothing. Cenk, you're the lunatic. He's the lunatic. It's not, the other 2 panelists are not the lunatics. He is the lunatic. He is the crazy person. He is the loser. And honestly, I don't think he talks in any way, in any common sense at all. I want to read here. Let's go to Pierce is rejoined by panel to discuss explosions.
Oh, man. Here we go.
Candace, your reaction to this extraordinary operation, seemingly led by Mossad, ordered by Netanyahu yesterday, ongoing today, right across Lebanon. 2 children are reported to have been killed in this operation, who were clearly civilians and not Hezbollah terrorists. That's reported by the Lebanese Health Authority, which is not Hezbollah. What is your response to this? Is it, as Jonathan just said, fair game if primarily the people who were targeted, almost all of them appear to have been Hezbollah?
Well, I think a question that I immediately want to ask him, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to, is that if you're able to delineate how surgical and precise these operations can be with the intelligence that you have, why are there 40,000 dead innocent women and children and civilians in Gaza? Because that's a question that I've always had. We keep hearing the excuse that behind every one of these victims is a Hamas soldier, but there's not 40,000 dead Hamas soldiers. And if the excuse is that there's a tunnel under there, I mean, just me thinking logically through engineering, you would only have to hit a tunnel at a couple of points to render it ineffective. So I'm just interested in why you guys can perform surgical procedures, but seemingly not in Gaza, where it looks like just an absolute war zone and buildings and hospitals and children and women are dead.
Well, on that point, let's get a response from Jonathan. It's a fair question.
It's a very fair question, and I appreciate it. And I'd like to make a comparison. I'm sure that you follow events and you're very interested in what happens in Israel and with what our enemies are doing, and I see that. But I'm sure that you know that until this cyber operation that Israel reportedly did, Israel was able to kill more than 500 Hezbollah operatives in Lebanon, throughout Lebanon. Now, I haven't seen you tweet about it or any of the other people who usually support the other side. But if you take a look at how many civilians were killed in Lebanon as a result, as an unfortunate byproduct of...
Where are we going?
Fast forward a little bit more. Not too much. There you go, right there.
After they attacked us on October the 7th.
I didn't issue a condemnation. I didn't issue a condemnation. I asked you a question and you just delivered me the same talking points that we always hear, and you didn't actually provide me an answer.
I actually did.
If you are able to go into a foreign country, you guys you have control over the Gaza Strip.
Let's go further. Let's go further a little bit more.
Oh, here we go. Our favorite guy talking.
Situation in a sovereign nation that can have military or different barracks or can separate folks. It's like saying in occupied France, well, why was the resistance hiding among the civilian population? So of course we had to kill all the French who were protecting the resistance. So the problem is that another country, Israel, has dictatorial control over Gaza and West Bank. I mean, you've got to acknowledge that, right? I mean, you're not claiming that Gaza is free. You guys just destroyed 85%
I think that the only thing ridiculous...
I think we're focusing too much on the Israel-Hamas war, which we've done a lot on this show, as you know, with you guys, right? I would rather get your reaction to a specific operation.
Man.
He's crazy, bro. He's crazy. He's unhinged, man.
I know it.
Let's do that one.
Yahu's government, which I think has become somewhat radicalized. And I think that's a fair critique given the fact that you have so many Israelis that are taking to the street protesting him, as well as the families of the people who are hostages who have been protesting him and speaking out, as well as some of the most prominent Jews in America, like Ari Emanuel, who is a Zionist, who has said that he thinks what Bibi Netanyahu is doing is selfish. So I think it's important to separate what is fair critique and an understandable emotion that people are having, seeing so many dead Palestinian children on their screens every day on X and on Instagram. And I know, Piers, you are also being tagged in these photos of mothers mourning and screaming. It's wrong.
Yeah, no, great. Jonathan, specifically for you, it's a breaking story that the Israeli Defense Minister, Yoav Gallant, has declared the start of a new phase, his words, of war as the IDF turns attention to the northern front with Lebanon. Now, that's a massive escalation in what is already a deeply turbulent
let's turn this off,
situation.
Vic. Let's get to Candace Owens' YouTube issue.
Her YouTube situation. Candace Owens discusses YouTube ban.
Yeah, let's go that.
Here we go. That's the one.
From YouTube, which apparently related to a 2022 interview with Kanye West, now known as Ye, obviously, in which he said Jewish people control the media. YouTube suspended you. They demonetized your account,
which is the stupidest thing to do, by the way.
Subscribers. What do you think has happened here?
Well, I think I can only listen to people when they tell you what they've done. There have been radical Zionist accounts on X who have explicitly written a step-by-step guide of how to mass report my videos on YouTube with the express interest in getting my account demonetized. And so it's completely wild to me that after I present that evidence to the public, you had the mainstream media say Candace blames radical Zionists. And I say, no, they took credit. Like when I got suspended, they said we did this, and they were applauding the effort, as well as Rabbi Shmuley. You know, I do think that there has been, as I said on the show, and we had that discussion with Rabbi Shmuley, if we want to call it a discussion. Rabbi Shmuley screamed for a while that there is a contingent of Zionists that have grown increasingly radical, and their perspective is that rather than having to dialogue, they seek out censorship and they seek out efforts like financial terrorism in order to get you to acquiesce to their narratives. No sooner did I say that than this swarm of radical Zionists began mass reporting my accounts. I had absolutely no strikes, and I went from having 0 strikes and 0 warnings to having 3, 4 in a row that arrived into my inbox, and then my account was completely locked out. So it was quite incredible to see it. And I do think that part of it was because of our sit down with Rabbi Shkreli, which performed very well, and people saw throughout the world what it was that I was dealing with in terms of having people lie on me and lie on what I said simply because I care about innocent life in Gaza.
And what has happened now? Are you back on YouTube? Is it up and running again? Are you remonetized, or what's the situation?
No, I won't be remonetized. They say I can apply for monetization after 90 days. And fortunately, because of that, how radical what happened was, a lot of people signed up and donated to my locals page just to kind of keep us going, which is okay. I'm okay with it because I just have the heart that as long as you are doing something that is righteous, and I believe that defending innocent life is, I'm more than willing to deal with those consequences if that's my cross to bear. We have been in communication with the YouTube team. We presented all of the evidence that it was a targeted account, showed the person who said that they were mass reporting it, and also showed that we had, before we uploaded the episodes in question, we had submitted a form to have YouTube pre-review the episodes, which is insane. So we asked YouTube to pre-review to tell us that it was okay, and they did this with the Tristan Tate episode, which is one of the episodes that they used to demonetize us. Came back, they said, thumbs up, this episode is totally fine for advertisers, there's nothing wrong with it, and then completely reversed the decision and ended up giving us a strike for it. So this is nothing, like I said, other than a form of financial terrorism, and it's obviously wrong, but I think it's good for the world to see kind of what happens when you stand up to this radical Zionist cell that I think not only exists in America, but throughout the world.
The other thing that's happened since we last spoke is that there's been a result in the court case in which 2 French women falsely claimed that 𝗔𝗯cie𝘂𝗁𝗂𝘁 was transgender. They've been found guilty.
I don't care about that show, that part of the episode. So let's take this out. So in reality speaking, what I saw through this whole event, and this is why we put the glimpses on here, what I saw throughout the whole thing, what Candace Owens has been saying, and what Cenk Uygur. Look at the reservation of Candace Owens. Look at the craziness of Cenk. Now, I don't like to insult people, but he's gone too far out, bro. Like, seriously. You're calling right, left lunatics? You're calling a soldier at arms, a U.S. soldier, a mercenary? He's a mercenary? I mean, like, this guy's crazy. He's lost his mind. He has lost his mind. And Candace, really, I give her hands up, 2 thumbs up on my end, 2 thumbs up. Very professional, very good. Again, she has every right to critique. Like I said before, she's just a mother who cares, who wants people dying. No one wants people dying. No one wants war. But unfortunately speaking, we're in a life and we're in a time where, guess what? War is war. We don't live in a utopian society. We live in a current society that we're in now. And unfortunately, we have wars. We have to diminish wars, prevent wars. That for sure always needs to be done, as much as we humanely can do. Now, let's get to the crypto news. Let's get to the first news channel. Then the first news that we have on crypto. Let's see it. Let's see the first crypto news on iShook Finance. Let's get the iShook Finance caption on. Here we go. iShook Finance, baby. Sign up to iShook Finance. Get your financial news by iShook Finance. Bitko, which we know Bitko, we're affiliated with Bitko. We were affiliated and we still are affiliated with Bitcoin. By the way, Bitko was bought by BlackRock Coinbase. So just for everyone to know, Bitko launches USDS stablecoin with rewards for liquidity providers. Bitko announces the launch of USDS, a new stablecoin offer rewards to institutions for liquidity provision. Learn about its unique features and market impact. Let's read the rest of the article. Bitko, a major player in cryptocurrency studies, is preparing to launch a new stablecoin, USDS, which aims to shake up the market with a unique reward system for liquidity providers. Announced at Token 2049 in Singapore, this upcoming stablecoin seeks to offer more than just stability by incentivizing institutions that support the network. Now let's continue further down. The USSD is different itself, unlike traditional stable coins, backed by assets like treasury bills and cash. Users will incorporate a rewards program. Bitko plans to distribute a portion of the returns from its reserves to institutions that provide liquidity This new model aims to foster a more open and participatory system, rewarding those who contribute to the network growth. How the hell are you gonna? It's the biggest joke in the world. Very simple. It doesn't make sense. You're asking for us to provide liquidity as an incorporation. You're creating a stable coin that's not backed by the US dollar. So what is it backed by? How is it stable? What's the backing of it?
Air.
Stable, air, the fact that they said it. Stable coins are cryptocurrency designed to maintain stable value by pegging them in traditional assets of fiat currency or gold. So there's nothing that Bitcoin. So this next third paragraph. Bitcoin approaches with US a differentiation from stablecoin by offering rewards. It's not going to happen. I think it's going to be a fail. Let's get to the next article. My opinion: this Bitco USDS is a fail. There's no liquidity to back it up. How can you back up a stablecoin without a backup? What's the stability of it? Because you give me back rewards. So why would that be any different than a Ponzi scheme? So they are a legal Ponzi scheme. That's what's happening here. My opinion again. It's my opinion. Let's put the provision. All financial opinions were not provided. Please contact an attorney.
Exactly.
Yeah. My opinion. The Rabbi Benny opinion. All right. Anyway, the Rabbi Benny opinion. Next, let's get to the other one.
Next up, we got Israel's inflation reaches 10-month high.
So I don't know how, in what world does this war benefit Israel? Look at the inflation rate, 3.6%. Israel's inflation surged to 3.6 in August, hitting a 10-month high. Rising costs in key sectors may delay interest rate cuts. This is crazy, bro. This is ridiculous. How in any way world is a war good for Israel? It's not good. It affects us tremendously, financially, economically. I know people in Israel are in nothing compared to what Gaza is going through. Of course, it's much worse in financial, but that financial issue is upon them, bro. It's on them. Well, not really on them because they couldn't really fight back. A lot of them were killed. Those who were fighting back. But all these Sinwar and all these Abbas people, all these guys, they stole $5 billion to $10 billion of U.S. funding, global funding, and everybody's quiet about that. Yeah, they're allowed to steal. But when Israel gets money, that's a problem. When they get money to build tunnels, it's okay. Okay, that's a side point. It's more of a philosophical critique, not necessarily a realistic critique. All right, next. Honestly, I don't know. Israeli inflation is too much, man.
Now how
we're gonna get out of it is no beyond me. Beyond me, how we're gonna get it. It's US 30-year, finally. US 30-year mortgage rate drops to 2-year low of 6.15, boosting US housing market. Thank God.
That's been
a long time coming. Yeah, what the heck is going on? This is the crazy. And look at this, how quickly it is during 60 days, 50 days before election. All of a sudden, the feds drop the interest rate. Oh, we're dropping the interest rate.
Look at the coincidence.
Oh, very interesting. Very coincidental. Okay, let's go down.
Look at that
inflation that they themselves started. As borrowing costs decrease, more people are taking advantage of the opportunity to apply for home loans and to refinance their existing mortgage. They'll make a home ownership. Let's continue down. Yeah. Continue down. There we go. Mortgage rate had peaked around 8% several months ago. Yeah. 8% losers. Very annoying. For home buyers, this drop in rates was a chance to secure more favorable loan terms, potentially saving thousands over the life of a mortgage. Thousands, that's it. We're hopefully 10,000s or 100,000. As your homeowner looking to refinance can reduce their monthly payments or pay off their mortgage sooner. Very good. Finally, the feds are doing something normal. Dropping the interest rates. Like, come on already. Ridiculous. Next.
Oh, the next one we're gonna get some spicy news now.
What's the spicy news?
We got some spicy news.
Sean Diddy Combs will stay in jail after bail is denied for a second time. Yes, he deserves it.
He did it.
Diddy did it.
There it goes.
Diddy. Sean Diddy Combs staying locked up at the jail working on the hip hop mogul's proposal in luxury Florida man instead of grim Brooklyn federal jail. U.S. issued under the ramp, which included $50 million bail, found that no condition or set of conditions governing his release could guard against the risk of him threatening or harming witnesses. Now, question is, they got to definitely, and I think they asked for this, they got to definitely protect him from suicide or quote unquote suicide.
Quote unquote, exactly.
Suicide. Quote unquote. We got to be very careful. But I don't think there were any high profile individuals like with Epstein. I think with Diddy, Mr. Combs, Diddy Combs. Interesting. They combed his house.
They combed.
Combed was combed. Combs was combed.
Right.
Oh goodness gracious.
We got this right here that came from 18 hours ago from BBC with more details on the whole situation. But this is a lot. 14-page indictment charge. They're wanting to watch for him to make sure that he's safe, like you said. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with this guy.
Yeah. This is crazy. My heart goes out to those women, honestly. You know, they were entrapped. Yeah, we'll make you a star. We'll make you a star. I'll make him a star. Make you a star. And then they reel the girls in, and then that's it. They're entrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not normal. This is not normal. I think the Hollywood and the music industry really needs to change its moral grounds. Really needs to change its moral grounds. I think they need to have more morality, less sexuality. You know, I think that's really what. And then, by the way, that's why you have many of these studios offshooting. Do you know? Google this. Elon Musk invests $1 billion to movie studio. Google that. Elon Musk invests $1 billion to movie studio in New Jersey, run by
the one and only.
Let's open it up.
Here we go.
In New Jersey, I believe, or in Texas or Florida, one of the two. With Mel Gibson. It's with Mel Gibson. Let's see that.
This is the one right here.
That's the one. Elon made $1 billion. Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg's Unwoke Production Studio. Look at that, guys. Look at that.
These are the top three right here.
Yeah. $1 billion in Mel Gibson and Mark Wahlberg's new Unwoke Production Studio.
And like you said, it's going to be out in New Jersey.
Is this in New Jersey?
Also in there's one in Jersey and also in Las Vegas.
Well, let's see where. Yeah, Las Vegas, I know. Let me see if they have New Jersey. Let's read the article. Because I know there was one in New Jersey. And I know then you have the woke individual. What's his name? Not Al Pacino. Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro. The reason why Elon Musk has invested $1 billion to Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson is to negate Robert De Niro's investment in New York. In Astoria, New York.
Ooh.
Yeah, Robert De Niro has invested in a music studio in Astoria, New York. Queens. I believe. Or upstate, one of the two.
Well, here's the one in Jersey right here. Bang.
But is that Elon Musk?
No, I don't think it's Elon Musk, but it's a I did read about this. As you
that I know about, yeah.
Yeah, how they turned this specifically because of the tax breaks, but also to be on woke as well.
Yeah, but that's not even built yet.
No, well, they're working on a lot of it.
Yeah, well, it's gonna take a year or two for it to finish. What about the one Robert De Niro? Robert De Niro's new movie studio.
Bang. Here we go. Oh, in Astoria, Queens.
Yeah.
I know where that is. I got my family over there. All these crazy people.
You got it? Robert De Niro.
Yeah, there's some old articles. I want to get the new one.
All right.
There we go. This is the newest one we got. Boom. New York City's movie comeback gets boost.
Bro, well, share the screen, bro. Share the screen.
Yeah, we coming.
You're slacking on your job, bro.
No, want to make sure that the lag isn't there.
That's it. That's it. That's fine. That's fine. New York City moves comeback. New York City's movie comeback gets boost from $1 billion Robert De Niro studio.
Mm-hmm.
Actors among those who are leading to drive and ensure that the city regains its status in the Hollywood pantheon.
Yeah.
Bull crap. Bull crap. Bull crap. Bull crap. They are literally closing in on massive real estate. Anyway, listen, the reality is the movie industry is moving, but you could see that there needs to be a change in the purposing of Hollywood movie creation, music creation. I think the sexualization of women and now of men has changed the marketplace and has changed the psyche of human beings in society. And ultimately, for us to rebuild society as a better society, especially in the US and other countries, we need to remove that constant sexual presentation as part of the ad networks. So what ends up happening is people are thinking 80% sexuality as opposed to 80% family orientation, right? It's people have to understand that we're building families, we're building a future, we're building civilization. You are partaking in the construct of civilization by building your family, your nucleus family. And I think that's what needs to change. I mean, these whole concepts of what Diddy is doing, it's taking the free will of other individuals for your own pleasures. That's what happens when you have too much money and you have less brain. Too much money, less brain. You know, a lot of money, very little brain. That means all you're doing is satisfying yourself, being very selfish, self-centered. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's very ridiculous. It's sad. I feel bad for these women. And at the same time, if they knew that he was like this, then it's a little bit on them. Sad to say, but it's a little bit on them if they knew and they still hung out with this individual.
Right.
Anyway, that's what I'm going to conclude today. Till next time, guys. iShook Daily by Rabbi Benny, and our tech person and guest and affiliated host, Mr. Alexander Burgos. Watch him in the movies. Watch him in the movies, baby. Upcoming actor, producer.
Thank you.
Hopefully, social influencer. Everybody,